welcome back to my channel. I am Monae and you are watching Life is Monae. Today is my birthday. I am 25 years old. I am a quarter of a century and I'm super excited. There's not much that I can do for my birthday this year because where I am kind of still on quarantine, especially being a military spouse. The military world is very different from the civilian world, so we can't just go out all willy-nilly. So I might be spending this birthday in my house. Maybe I'll think about it. You guys can catch me on live later today and I'll chit chat with you guys and have some fun. But this video is my birthday book haul. I decided to treat myself to some birthday books. So on my channel, for those of you guys who are new, I love a good book. I love a big book. Any book that has like over 500 pages, like a good 800-page book just does something to me. It just makes me chills. I love a big book. And so most of these books here are really big. I don't have all of the books present with me because half of them came already and the other half will come tomorrow, but I wanted to get this video up on my birthday. Some books I have physically with me and some books will just pop up in this corner right here because yeah, we're just gonna make it work with the books that I have. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that all the books that I ordered are not here because they're all really big books and I could not possibly hold them all up and I wouldn't even attempt to. So honestly, I'm not super bummed that they're not here, but they all come tomorrow. The other half of my haul comes tomorrow. So make sure that you follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. I am super active on Twitter. I love to chit chat with you guys. I do give updates on my Twitter and talk about my channel and the things that I'm reading. And I'm a really cool, funny person. So like, follow me on Twitter, guys. Come on. First up on my birthday book haul, I have City of Brass and Kingdom of Copper. These covers, especially the cover for Kingdom of Copper, is absolutely beautiful. So I swear to you guys, when you guys see me do like makeup looks and I'm holding up a book and the book matches my makeup, it is not intentional. I promise you it's not. Maybe in my subconscious I see a book cover that I love and when I'm sitting down to do my makeup it just kind of manifests, but I promise you I did not do my makeup to match this book cover. It just worked out like that, and so we're gonna roll with it. Honestly, I like to go into my books without really knowing the full synopsis of them. I feel like it helps me enjoy it more. I don't have unrealistic expectations and it could just be a fun experience. So I don't really know much about these books. I honestly just bought it because the covers are absolutely beautiful. But I do know there's a woman in these books who doesn't believe in magic, but she does like palm readings and card readings. Like she's posing as like a psychic and she's making her money that way, but she doesn't necessarily believe in magic and she's running like a con scheme, and she does something that actually conjures a warrior from a magical world. So she goes to this world with this warrior and the story unfolds from there. Again, I didn't really read the synopsis, so if you have read these books, it's not as detailed as you probably would want it to be. I like surprises and I feel like these are going to be a really great read. They're definitely thick enough for what I like, and I know that there's a third book in this series that either recently came out or will be coming out, and I'm hoping to get to these before the end of the year. I have so many books here you guys can expect to see on my TBR as the year goes forward, and I will be adding a few more editions, but most of these books in this haul are definitely going to be staples in the TBRs for months to come. Okay, so the next book that I have here is A Legacy of Ash. It's definitely another thick one. I don't know much about this at all. Another book where I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I definitely judge a book by its cover. A good cover will get me to buy it, especially if it's a nice cover. It has a fantasy aspect. It has a little bit of politics in there, especially if it's like an adult or YA fantasy where there's a lot of murders and things going on. You got my money. I'm convinced I'm gonna buy it. And this is one of those. We follow these characters. I believe there's 3 or 4 characters maybe in this book that we follow that are supposed to rise up and kind of become heroes to save their kingdom from possibly falling. And I know that 2 of the characters in this book absolutely hate and loathe each other. I love a good nemesis story. We stand. I'm all for it. And just look at this cover. I should have got some of these in hardback, but like these are a lot of pages. These books are thick. Okay, and so the next 2 books that I have, I actually was inspired to buy because I watched Simply Maya's video that she posted about her all-time favorite books. I think she did her top 5 favorite books, and these were on there. I have We Set the Dark on Fire and We Unleashed the Merciless Storm, and I'm actually really excited to read these because she raved about them. I love her channel and I love a lot of the books that she reads. I read Black Girl Unlimited because of her, and we know how much I love Black Girl Unlimited. So if she reps it, I definitely bought it. This is kind of like a dystopian style book, I'm guessing. Again, I bought a lot of these books on a whim and I did not read the synopsis. I am trash, I know. But if you see a book that you like, just go on Goodreads, sis, and type it in and you can read the synopsis. But as for me, in my house, on my channel, we may or may not read the synopsis. It's questionable. It's very questionable. So from what I know about these books is that it's kind of like a dystopian type book, which we love. We definitely love a good dystopia. This girl, Dani, has gone to a school that has groomed her and basically gotten her ready to marry an important politician's son, but she has a secret that she doesn't want them to find out, and that's all that I know. These covers are beautiful as well. I'm so happy about all the books that I bought because the covers are just so beautiful and I want to put them on my bookshelf and I want them all to show, but I can't, so I'm going to have to select the ones that I love the best. And here we go again where I promise you guys I was not thinking about these books when I painted my nails, but somehow it just, when I really love something, it pops up in my subconscious. Does that happen with anybody else where you're not even thinking about something but then you recreate an inspiration of it without even intending to? Because I'm definitely one of those people. The next book that I have is going to be Middle Game by Shauna McGuire. This book follows two twins, Roger and Dodger. I believe Roger is really good with words and literature and things that are historic and liberal, and Dodger is his twin sister who is really good with science and mathematics, and they live totally across the world from each other, and I think that they're not supposed to know that one another exists, but fate kind of aligns them together, and this kind of follows their story of how they come together and how they work together and how different but also alike that they are. I've heard really great things about this book. Everybody that reads it absolutely loves it. They say that it's a different kind of writing. It's different from any other book that they've read before, but they really, really do enjoy it. And I read a few of the short stories by Shauna McGuire and I really did like them. So I'm excited to get into a real full book that they've written instead of just the short stories. Okay, so the next book that I have is actually on its way here. It's another really big one. I believe it's like 850 or 900 pages, and that is going to be The Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm reading this book with a couple of the unfriendly black hotties this month, and honestly our schedules are all really crazy and we have other things that we're trying to put into play and other things that we want to do. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get through this whole book, but we have dreams and we have aspirations, and let us live. I'm hoping to get to this book. I'm supposed to be starting it Wednesday. Supposed to be. Don't hold me to that. It is my intention to start it on Wednesday, and my intention is as good as my word, and we're just gonna go off that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know what this book is about, but it has dragons and a female romance, and it's a fantasy, and it's long. It's a big book. I mean, what else do I need to know? I don't need to know anything else. Just gonna jump right into it and start reading from there, because who doesn't love dragons? I know that some people see like a really big book and they're like, that is too massive. I'm definitely not reading that, but it makes me want it more because this author really sat here and wrote this book, this long, massive book. How could I not read it? I feel like if you're going to put that amount of love and effort into your work, the least I could do is read it. And I hate stories. I read so much that I don't like for a story to be over too fast. So I love a really long book because I feel like the experience just lasts longer. And maybe it's in my head, but that's the way I feel. That's my math. Okay, so this next book, I'm actually really, really excited for, and I really hope it doesn't disappoint me because I have nobody to blame but myself, because nobody told me to buy this book. Nobody recommended me this book. I bought this book because I seen the cover and I'm a cover whore. And then the synopsis sounded really good, and if I don't like it, I can't blame nobody but myself. The next book that I have is Crown of Feathers, and when I read the synopsis, I got like a Poppy War Mulan kind of vibe from it, which those two together sound really interesting. It follows a teenage or young adult girl named Veronica who is a war orphan, which is where I kind of got the Poppy War feels from it. And she's being raised, I believe, by her sister who is super controlling, and I believe she kind of lies to her, or maybe there's a betrayal in the book. And Veronica has always heard these phantom stories about Phoenix writers. And after this betrayal from her sister, she goes to explore the world to see if she can discover and actually find the last freedom writers in their world. And she's so desperate to get amongst their ranks and join a Phoenix writer that she's even willing to dress up like a boy to get into it. And that is where I get the Mulan vibes. And I'm really digging it. It sounds super exciting. I feel like the trope is so interesting that I really hope the author did. I hope she served this book up on a platter. I hope she gave life to this book, because I'm going to be really sad if it's not. And I'm so excited to read this book that it will be in my July TBR, which I do need to film because my birthday is today, June 30th, and July is tomorrow. And have I filmed my TBR yet? No, but no pressure. The next book that I have is Crier's War. And I didn't even look at the synopsis for this book. It had high ratings. I seen the cover and they got my money. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. I don't feel bad at all. And then the cover of the second book, Ironheart, looks just as good as the first one. So even if I read it and don't like it, I will still buy the second one just because they look beautiful together. And I'm not sorry about it. So the next book that I have coming to me tomorrow is going to be a complete bind-up of the Inheritance trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This bind-up is like 1,500 pages because it includes all 3 books in the Inheritance trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. And I read the 5th season and I absolutely loved it. And even though I didn't like The City We Became, that's neither here nor there. That has nothing to do with me further supporting her. So yes, I still bought the rest of her backlist. Are you crazy to think I'm not going to support a queen? Out your mind. I know that Talani from Tea Time Tea Reads actually read this. And while I was reading the 5th season, she read the Inheritance trilogy, the first book in the Inheritance trilogy, and she absolutely loved it. And then after she finished it, she went back and read the 5th season and she loved it too. And she really couldn't decide which book was better, which just further meant that I need to read this to see like what's tea with the books, because I want to know firsthand. I don't want anybody else to tell me. I want to know myself. And I'm excited, and I got all 3 books in one for like $24. And even though it's going to be a massive book and it may not even fit on my shelf anywhere, I'm still glad to have it. In the same N.K. Jemisin fashion, I also bought The Obelisk Gate and The Stone Sky, which is book 2 and 3, because I learned my lesson last time by not having all the books available after I read the 5th season. We're not making that mistake ever again. Especially, that's why I bought the whole bind up of the Inheritance trilogy. Like, when you buy N.K. Jemisin, buy all the books. Don't be like me. Don't be like Monae. So this time I corrected my mistake. I bought all the books that I needed to read. And I also seen the Dream Blood duology in the bind up too, but I didn't grab that one yet because I mean, this is now 5 books of N.K. Jemisin that I need to catch up on. So when I get done reading these 5, I will probably grab the Dream Blood duology, which is 2 books. And I'm super excited to finish the 5th season. You see, I have the 5th season next to Strange the Dreamer. Those 2 are like my babies, okay? If my house was on fire, I would run back in to grab those 2 books. Not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna lie to you. The thought of them burning in the flames, traumatizing. Completely traumatizing. The last book that I will be receiving is going to be The Dragon Republic, which is the second book to the Poppy War. And I recently posted my Poppy War vlog, and we had some feelings about this book. We had some emotions and some frustrations about this book, but the author came through in the clutch in the very ending of the book, and she saved it. She stuck the landing at the end, so we're gonna give her another shot. I don't believe in never supporting an author again just because I didn't absolutely love one of their books. Authors get better as their career goes on. You never know when there's gonna be like a hidden gem that you may absolutely love from them. Even though I wasn't absolutely blown away by the Poppy War, it wasn't a bad book. It just is not in my favorites. It's definitely a good story, but if I started listing all my favorite books, I probably wouldn't list The Poppy War. But that doesn't mean that I'm not gonna love The Dragon Republic. So we bought it, and it will be here tomorrow. And I'm probably gonna throw that on my July TBR too. I need to really just get my TBR together. Anyways, so those are all the books that I got from my birthday book haul. I'm super excited to read them, even though it might take me until December to read them all, especially because there's other books coming out throughout the year that I still want to grab. And so But that's nice though. At least I have books to look forward to. If you've made it to the end of my video, please comment a cupcake in the bottom and wish your girl a very happy birthday. I, again, might be going live sometime today, but I definitely wanted to get this video up on my birthday because I got to show up Monty. Because Monty recorded, edited, and uploaded a whole birthday book haul on his birthday. And he set the standards for the Black Hotties. I'm just trying to catch up to Monty. I can't let him show me up. If you guys have not checked out Monty's birthday, his birthday was literally 2 days ago. Go to his channel, watch his birthday book haul, check out his birthday look. It's a moment. His eyeshadow had pigment. The makeup hottie approves. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.